Hello everyone, this is Surte from Redline Handcraft. Today is 1st of August 2024 and I'm back after, I don't know, 7-8 months. I have a lot of things to go through. A lot. I don't think I'm gonna be able to recall everything I have been working on. I don't have some of the finished pieces, some crochet, some embroidery with beads or cross-stitching, don't even remember. If I remember, I'm gonna insert the pictures of those finishes as I'm editing it. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna start with some of the finishes that I still have, talking about them, and we're gonna go from here or there. So anyways, let's start with some of the small finishes. In front you can see 2 Easter eggs. Now Easter has passed quite some time ago, but I'm quite late filming videos, so I'm gonna show them to you anyway if you are not following me on my Instagram. So first one is, both of them are actually Wonderland crafts. If you have been following me, you know that I have stitched quite some of their designs. So this is just embroidery with beads. I don't really have the design numbers with me. I tried to find the packages, but I didn't find them in my drawer where I usually keep the leftovers of designs that I have finished. So this is one of them. And I glued all the parts together so that it doesn't fall apart as you pick it up. And the second one, the felt for the backing was in the kit. As you can see, this one is from the different series. It has a different base. And also I believe I sent one of the blue eggs like that to my godparents. So I'm gonna just insert the picture of it here because I don't have it anymore. And if you need numbers of the designs that the producers provide on the package, let me know. I'm gonna try to find it if you are interested. Let's move to another finish. It's amigurumi today cat. It's a free pattern. You can buy the PDF, but if you want to crochet it for free, it's on their website. Just you cannot download it or print it, so you have to be on the website or write it down somehow. But I have made quite some cats like that in different colors in the past, and I've been using the same Turkish yarn, Alice Bella batik. Like this one, I believe, or it might be a different, slightly different shading, because we actually stopped producing some of them, and it used to be Elisa Bella. Now it's different sub-brand or something like that. So it's not the actual one that I used for the brown cat, but I'm gonna insert the picture of it here because I have already gifted it to my cousin who has a baby daughter right now, so it was a gift for her. And for the blue one I used this variegation, color 4531. Again, the same type of Turkish yarn, just different color variation. Let's move to cross-stitching finishes, or bouquet pionov, that I stitched on even weave. I don't really remember the count of fabric right now, but I believe it's some sort of Joblin fabric, probably like 32 count or something like that, that I got from 1 to 3 stitch, and I framed it and gifted it to my mom for her birthday in February, which was her 60th birthday. Another FO, not FFO, but FO finished object is finally I finished blue mask by Ryan Designs that I got on Etsy. It's stitched on either 16 or 18 count Ada. I'm pretty sure it's 16, but I might be wrong. I still haven't washed it because I like to iron it as soon as I wash it, avoiding the bleeding of orange or red floss if I just let it sit and dry like that. I dry it fast with the iron itself. So this is a finish. The issue with this one is that it has some étoile flosses, so all of them are DMCs as charted, as called for. Just the issue with étoile, you cannot really press it or iron it directly, so we'll have to figure out how to do it so that I don't damage the embroidery floss as I'm getting it ready for framing. It has quite some stains at this point. I really need to wash it and frame it. As you might remember, I have a similar red Mardi Gras mask that I haven't stitched yet. I think it would be a nice time to start that one because I have finished this one, but the thing is I haven't been really enjoying stitching on this black fabric, even though I kitted up the red one with the same black Ada. Now I have mixed feelings about this Ada, and I was thinking maybe I should change the fabric, but of course it would look nicer if both of them would be stitched on the same type of fabric. So for now I'm delaying the start of a red mask. And if you are interested, you can see the back. I always try to keep the back as neat as possible so that it doesn't have bigger knots and it doesn't affect how flat it lays in the frame itself once it's framed. So I think this one, as it is not a really complicated design on its own, it's a really nice back compared to some of the gates or full coverage pieces. So yeah, finally it is done. I cannot wait to actually have the red one. As you might remember, I tried to flip the red design because it's analogical, more on this side, not on that side. So I wanted them to be like, not analogical, but in the opposite direction so that they kind of mirror each other. But I did not manage to do it so that I can use the pattern on Pattern Keeper, but I think I'm still gonna do it and have it partly compatible with Pattern Keeper. Yes, of course I'm not gonna be able to highlight the symbol, but I can mark off all the stitches that are stitched, so I think I'm gonna do it that way. Let's go back to some small finishes. It looks like quite some finishes, but actually it's like only 3 designs. Let me explain. So these 3 creepy gnomes, I think it's creepy gnomes, they go together as one kit. It's a Lithuanian cross-stitch kit brand. They are a small company, and that's how the package looks like. It goes on plastic canvas, and I have still some of the leftover DMCs, but it's a really nice design, and I have never stitched any of the Halloween designs, but I really liked these ones, so I got it while it was on sale and I stitched these 3. It has some of the back stitching. Let me refocus. And I haven't really done anything about the back, but for now I'm not gonna use them as decorations or something like that. They're not gonna be really out there, so I don't worry about the back side of the finished pieces. So this three. And then I have had this Riolis kit for, I don't know, maybe 2 years at this point, and I have been planning to stitch these butterflies maybe 2 years ago, maybe last summer, and I never really picked it up and stitched it. So this summer I decided it's time to do it. I ran in one of the issues that I ran out of one of the colors. I had to substitute. Luckily I had some of the similar looking embroidery floss from another company, so I just used more of a natural looking nature type of color. These parts have to be more orange, but I used what I had, and I think it even looks more nice this way. Other things about this chart, I would say it's the way it's placed on the chart. Butterflies go in different directions, and if you stitch them as designed, going up the page or down the page, if you want the crosses to look analogical on every single one of designs, you kind of have to rotate the page and stitch it having the butterfly, in a different orientation. And again, I didn't do anything with the back side yet. For now, I'm not sure if I'm gonna frame them. We're having maybe some sort of odd looking paper with some Latin names, information about these type of butterflies. That would be really nice. I'm gonna think about it and figure out what I want to do. But close up, this is one of them. It's not the best plastic canvas, to be honest. I think DMC plastic canvas is much more nice, like this one, I think, is DMC. This is quite cheap, almost like transparent plastic. And it has giant holes. And what's more about this design, it actually requires stitching crosses with 3 strands of floss, not 2, but 3. I have never stitched anything with 3, but I didn't really have any issues with it, except that I couldn't start with my preferred method of loop start. So these are nice designs. You could technically put them together, making them 2-sided butterflies, but I don't think I'm gonna do it. Yeah, we are size-wise, it's like 3 pairs of different butterflies so that the sides match. And another one, if you remember, I have had this perforated metal piece bookmark for quite some time now, and recently in July I really decided to work on it. Found a pattern in one of the books that I have and just snipped a part of it, mainly this rose, and improvised with vines or small leaves, objects, just to make it fit. That's the back. I haven't again done anything about it, but for now it's quite nice. I didn't use all of the called for colors, just some, I think like 2 or 3, mainly in the rose, but I don't think it caused any issues. And the book I took it from is this one, Suzanne Bates, Floral Beauty in Cross Stitch. And let me find the actual design without exposing the chart itself. So yeah, I took this design, that's like the actual drawing that was turned into pattern. Sorry for moving you. And I took this rose and then improvised with lines, just taking an inspiration from the actual chart. So yes, this is a really nice book. I'm planning to stitch more designs, like full designs from it. So check it out, I got it on Amazon. And now let's move to actual whips, works in progress. I started this design in September last year when I was on a vacation in Bulgaria, Burgas. This is the kit fabric, I think 14 count Ada, and I have been mainly working on it while traveling for work or for vacation. So I stitched on it in Bulgaria, in Greece this year, at the airport in Geneva as I was going from the business trip home, in my village, and a few times in the office. And I have managed to finish all the backstitching and half stitches. I'm lying. All the crosses and half stitches just recently in July. And now I'm working on the backstitching, which goes only in one strand and only in black color. This is a design by Žar Ptica, Russian company. I got it before the war when it was possible to buy kits from Russia. And if you are able to find it, that's the number of the, or article of the design, M040. So yeah, all I left to do is a bunch of backstitching. It's actually more complex, more difficult than I thought it would be. It has quite some stitches that do not go, from one hole to another. It sometimes, a lot of times actually, goes in the middle of the edge of a cross or in the middle of a cross. There's there's a lot of different back stitches that are harder to do. And in general, it has quite a lot of back stitching. So it's gonna take me some time to finish it. And I also have another design from the same series. This one. It's like the next design. MO41. And I already know what's waiting for me with this one because it has also a lot of backstitching. This one had a lot of actually color change. I thought it would take me less of time, but with a lot of color change, it really takes time to stitch it and, keep changing the threads. And because it's a black and white chart with all the backstitching lines on the top of it, it doesn't have like separate chart for only crosses and half stitches and then with backstitching. So because the symbols are quite tiny, sometimes I had to look at this small preview to figure out which color it should be. So that was quite complicated to work on, even though it's like these designs are not that big and you would think that they shouldn't take that long. But I really hope I'm gonna be able to finish it this month so that I can move away from a bunch of smalls and work on some of the older whips. And this is a back with a lot of, finishing and starting the threads. The floss is cut quite short in this kit. I heard that's what this brand does. So just keep it in mind if you ever get your hands on it. Because it's quite short, it doesn't make sense to start with a loop method. So you will have a bunch of ends that you need to hide, secure on the back side of it. And because I was traveling, taking this small design with me in the carry-on luggage, I bought this nice clipper, tiny scissors, which are not against the, safety requirements. So I passed the security at the airport quite a few times with it, and I never had any issues. So if you're interested, I think I also got it on Amazon. Yeah, it's something nice to have. Something that is small. This, I don't think we would pass the requirements. They might be too long, but these ones are really nice. Another whip that I worked on maybe just for one more day, only last month, is Pandemic by Long Dog sampler. I'm working with variegated DMCs 115, and now I have like 25-26%. I really want to focus on it the next year, hopefully, and get much more done on it. I try to do 1% per session, so I only take it when I have a lot of time to cross stitch and just knock 1% out, which is around like 660 or 700 crosses. I stitch with one strand of floss, full cross on, I think it's 22 count vintage hardanger fabric. Another whip that I'm trying to finish or get closer to finish is one that was gifted to me by, well, not the whip, but design with canvas, which is actually tapestry by my friend that lives in Malta. He brought it to me to Spain when I was there for a business trip. He was also there for a business trip, the same one, and I brought it with me to Lithuania. I started it maybe last year, I think. That's when I got it. It's really hard to see where the stitches go because it's a printed design on the canvas, but you can see from the back side how much I have done, and I'm actually converting it to full crosses instead of half stitch, just the way tapestry works. So yeah, I'm getting close to the half way, which is around here, I think. So I think I'm gonna try to stitch more on it this month together with the frog design and get at least half of it done. I really like the design. Of course, it's more complicated because the lines, the stitches have to go in different colors. They are not that obvious. You kind of have to wing it, improvise, so it takes some figuring out to do, and I jump from one color to another, filling in, trying to go around edges and more, being smarter around it. So yes, it takes time, but as I said, I like the design. It's stitched with anchor floss as it is charted. It had a sticker with all of the floss that I need for it. Another whip is a mystery stitch along by Fox and Rabbit. There's a Facebook group dedicated for this stitch along. My stitchy friend talked me into starting it this year. I have never stitched any of the mystery stitch alongs or any really stitch alongs, but I had seen other mystery stitch alongs by Fox and Rabbit and I liked them quite a bit. So when my friend offered starting this one, all I knew was Faith, Hope, Love. I believe it's gonna be somewhere here. Yeah, all I knew was the name of a design and it's gonna be a sampler project, and I decided to jump into it. And I'm stitching it on 27 count vintage coffee even weave by Zweigart, and I'm stitching it with Overo Soie Paris silks. I might run out of some of the colors. I might need to get another one, but we'll see. So for now, because today is 1st of August, we have another part, 8th part that has come out just today. So I'm gonna stitch it this month. It's a quite small part, so it should take me like 2 days, maybe even 1 day if I really focus on it. And then we'll have like 4 more parts that are gonna go on the bottom part of the fabric. I still have like quite some of the fabric left, so I will be able to use it for something else, which is a really nice vintage coffee modeled, slightly modeled fabric. And yeah, 27 count, 1/1 because it's silks, and 27 count. You can find the free design, all of the parts that are out on the Fox and Rabbit website. I think pretty much everyone knows about them at this point. So they upload files on their website, not on their Facebook group. Some people get confused, but it's on their website. Sorry if you can hear my fridge in the background. It's quite loud today. I don't know why. It's getting old again. But yeah, I'm filming in the kitchen because the lighting is better here. Not the best, but the best I can have here. So another WIP or work in progress is Jasper Alberta by Artisy. It's a free chart that you can find on their Facebook page, group page, in the file section. It's a bit lower down because it's an older design. This one has around 57,000 of crosses. I'm stitching 1/1 with all the called for DMCs on 25 count. The same fabric as I stitched Mini Deer Creek, which is like Zweigert even weave, and I really like this fabric and design actually. At first I was going up column by column of pages from the left bottom corner, as I always do, or most of the time, and I was going up column by column. When I finished 3 columns, well, when I was stitching the third one, I kind of got bored of it, so after finishing the first page I went to the side, stitched as many as possible, the way the Q-snap allowed me, filled in the trees, meadow, and then went up to the mountains and the skies. Just I stitched my monthly goal on it and I put it away for August, so I'm gonna pick it up again this month. I really want to finish it this year. I started it in January together with my stitcher friend that I'm stitching Fox and Rabbit mystery style with, and she really wanted another stitch along, so I offered her choosing any of the existing patterns and just stitch it together. So she's quite behind. What we agreed on was 2,000 of crosses a month. She has maybe 13%, I have like 60% of a design. She's trying to catch up with the requirement of 2,000 a month. I think she's quite close to that, but I really want to finish it this year, so I'm doing like 4,700 a month, and if I succeed I do a bit more, so now I have like 3,000 more crosses than my plan is. So I don't know if this month I'm gonna work on this part still and then go back doing it all the way to the corner, or I'm gonna move here, fill this in, or this part in. I don't know at this point, but I got bored with going the same way for 3 columns of pages. So yeah, I've swapped things up, and there's a lot of blues here, but I have rested from it once I hit the goal. I tried to hit the goal on this one first part of a month, so I can move on to some of the older whips or some smalls, anything like that, so that it's off my mind for the month. So yeah, I have rested from it like in 2 weeks or so. So I'll decide this week or even today where I'm gonna go next. And if you are interested, this is the bag, which is more, you know, more messed up than other smaller, more simple designs. But again, as I said, it's a freebie. If you are into it, there's a similar looking, not full on similar, but same, I think, location, geographical location in, I think this lake is in Canada. So we have another freebie with a different angle. It's more like bluish, nice pinkish sky, I believe. So I might stitch that one next year. I'll see, because I have some grand plans for the next year, like stitching on pandemic, then starting another bigger cross-stitching kit. So we'll see. But yeah, for now it's 60% done, and I'm keeping up with my plan for this project, so I should really be able to finish it by the end of the year. And I keep it in my Gamma's Treasures project bag, which I got on Etsy. Another whip that I have been working on this year is Portrait of Veronica by Mirabilia. I actually will remove the snap. So I had like this section done only this year, maybe a part of this, and I really decided to try to really finish it, because the goal was actually to finish it last year. I failed greatly, so this year I really was focusing on it in spring mainly. So I put this in while watching one of the TV shows, Evil. So while I was binging on 4 seasons, I believe, or 3, I managed to finish this part and move back to the right and filled in quite some B5200, and now I'm gonna move up, making chair part and her arms and, you know, her body. So I will try to go back to this one in September, I think. For summer I want to relax from older whips and you know, rest from them and stitch some smalls, have some small finishes. But I really want to at least get this one close to being finished as much as possible. So I'm gonna try to really work on it during autumn. Of course, it's a paper chart, so it's more complicated, but it's not that complicated of a design itself. It's more about, you know, having blocks and blocks and blocks of the same color, which kind of gets boring once in a while. But yeah, this is, I believe, like 32 count modeled Zweigart fabric, maybe Murano, maybe not. I didn't really take all the floss and the back with fabric information, because I have a lot of stuff in the kitchen right now with all the projects that I wanted to show you. So yeah, but it's a Zweigart fabric, quite common one, so I don't think you should have any problems finding it. And I'm stitching 2 over 2, meaning 2 strands of floss over 2 strands of fabric. And I think that is it cross-stitching whip-wise and finishes-wise, at least the ones that I could remember that I have been working on or I have finished. I still have 2 more projects. One is a recent finish that I finished yesterday, actually. It's a small design from one of the Italian cross-stitching magazines that I have been buying from the store, grocery store, this year. I only noticed we have it this year in January or maybe February, and it's like 2-month issues. It comes, you know, for 1 issue for January, February, and so on. So because I'm making that, well, I made it for my friend, I'm not gonna reveal it now. I'm gonna film a separate video and then I'm gonna post it later on once a friend gets it. And also I have another whip, one of the peppermint purple designs. We have a ton of designs, so I don't worry that my friend is gonna figure out which one I'm working on for my friend, so I can share with the designer name, but I'm not gonna reveal the design itself yet. It's still a whip. I'm trying to finish it in August or in September. It would be nice to finish it by the end of September, so that's my goal. And in front of you can see my crochet whip, which is like a giant granny square. It's a variegated pie of yarn art yarn. I almost said floss. I'm more used to, cross stitching than crochet. So yeah, it's a crochet whip. I hopefully said it right before instead of, cross stitching. So my plan is to, make like a throw-on cardigan, almost like a top there, that I'm stitching with 3.5 millimeter hook. I really love these hooks. It's a really nice handle to hold it. So basically I will finish this giant square, and then I will sew the sides, and that's gonna be like the back part, and the arms are gonna be, out there. It's a simple design, but I have never actually made anything like that. So hopefully I will succeed, and I'm gonna update you later when I'm done with it. Hopefully it's gonna be enough of a yarn. The edges are gonna be black, so if I need it to be a bit bigger, I think I'm just gonna get simple black yarn that would be analogical in thickness and use it to make it bigger. But yeah, this is crochet project, which really I have been loving to work on while watching TV shows, simple ones. Recently I have watched 80 days, what is it called, around the world, or around the world in 80 days. It's like one season type of TV show. I really enjoyed it, but it also was really nice to crochet something while watching it, because it doesn't ask much of counting. It's a really basic pattern, and it really goes fast. Just, the further you get, the bigger the round is, and it takes more time. But yeah, I'm gonna try to finish it, better, sooner, rather sooner than later, because I want to wear it this year. So yeah, this is it. Some of the acquisitions, I don't really remember everything that I've got in, last 7 or 8 months, but I grabbed some of the things that I know I got and the ones that I want to share with you. So I got some nice fabrics together with the one, that I have showed that I'm stitching Fox and Rabbit Sal stitch along on, which was a 27 count vintage coffee. These are also all 27 counts. Nice lime color, I guess, like lime color. Then red, I think white stitches should really look good on this one. I don't really have any design in mind, but maybe I should get more risky and stitch some sort of hardanger even on this one. Maybe even with light pink threads, we'll see. And another one is more like brownish gray fabric, also 27 count, also Zweigert fabric. I also have kitted up one of the PDF charts that I have got recently from, let me check the brand name, because I'm quite new to this one, Art Nouveau. I don't know if it's like French name of a brand, but they have like Stitching Land website where you can get a bunch of really nice, unique looking nature, building, animal, mystery designs. They all are like round like this, and it's 150 crosses by 150. This is like a closer look mock-up. I had like 4 different designs of them in mind, and I was struggling to pick out one, so I uploaded stories on my Instagram and people voted on this one the most, so I kitted it up, and if I manage to finish 1 or 2 of the other smalls that I am planning to work on in August, I'm gonna start this one. I actually also have ordered a fabric for this one, so yeah, I can't wait to start it. It should be also really an easy project, and it has around 18,000 of crosses. So it's not really small, but it's not that big either. And you can see and enjoy all the floss. It's not actually all the floss. I had some of the colors that were similar, the same, for another design that I cannot show you right now. As I mentioned, it's for a friend. So it's still on the organizer, so I'm gonna just organize these, taking out the ones that I have used for that design and I'm not gonna need for this one. So these are the DMCs. I also got another project back just this year. I'm not gonna show the front part. It's a basic front part, with vinyl transparent section, but it contains another whip that is gonna be a gift for a friend, so I'm not gonna reveal it. But it's a really nice Polish lady that has a bunch of project bags on her Etsy, so I got one. More acquisitions that I want to show to you are the same Lithuanian brand Monopalepe. I haven't stitched these. I got them together with creepy, spooky gnomes that I have stitched already. I might stitch these in autumn or maybe next year for Valentine's Day, even though I think they are more like Christmas themed, but you can really tell. So it's gonna be again plastic canvas. It has some of the basic instructions and all of the embroidery floss on the organizer, which is DMC. And another design from them is this nice giraffe. I love stitching animals in general, but yeah, I haven't stitched any giraffes yet, I don't think. And it has this like nice fabric, even weave, but I don't think I'm gonna stitch it just yet. So it's going into my stash of kits. A couple of other kits or canvases that I got are these. As I was kitting up the Art Nouveau chart, I saw these designs. This is like a printed canvas cross-stitching design. You can see it's printed, and that's pretty much it. Well, it's not really a kit. A kit would contain all the floss, so I will need to get all the DMCs for it. But I really like lilacs, so I think I'm gonna enjoy this one in the future when I get it. And this is actually a tapestry canvas, which also has provides all the embroidery floss information. I think I'm gonna pick DMCs, but we'll see. So this is the design itself. I like cats, but somehow I haven't stitched any designs with cats, as strange as it is. Talking about the cats, I actually lost my cat this year. I had to put him down to sleep, I think on 20th, sometime at the end of March this year. He got super sick. He wasn't eating that much. He pretty much stopped eating, and he was really suffering, getting really uncomfortable. So I took him to a vet, and he was put down. The whole situation was just really awful. I have never had made that call. When we had other animals, we either passed away or disappeared or whatever. So it was a hard one. I still say it was the hardest decision I have ever made, and I really feel that way. But the whole situation with the vet clinic was awful, and even though we treated as nicely as we were inside, later on we posted some pictures on their Facebook, and that I don't think they had the right to post, but they advertised basically their services using my close-up cat's pictures. And yes, from close-up you can really prove that it was my cat, but I ended up reporting those stories to Facebook. They got taken down in a few hours, but the whole situation made it feel 100 times worse, so yeah, I still am processing, but I think I'm getting, close to coming to terms with it. So that's one of the rough things I went through this year. I had a terrible cough for over 2 months. In the beginning of the year, I got it around my birthday, a day after my birthday on 18th of January, and I coughed and coughed and coughed, and it was a dry, long cough that didn't go away for over 2 months. I believe it might have been COVID, though rapid test didn't show it, but I got it from both of my parents that I was sitting close to on my birthday, and I started coughing the next day. So whatever they got, I got it from them. So yeah, I didn't feel like filming for over 2 months in the beginning of the year because of that reason. Then in March, I lost my cat. He was going, getting sick and sick and sick and more sick. So I didn't feel like filming then. Then I had another business trip, one I had in February. Another one happened at the end of April. And I actually got pickpocketed in Geneva, which is a terrible thing to go through. Luckily, I had my debit card out of my wallet that got stolen. I still had my passport in another spot. I still had my phone, but they got my wallet and it was never found. I had to go to the police station, fill in this complaint. The police station is severely understaffed, so it took me, a few attempts going there and leaving and going back just to file that report, and it made the whole situation even worse. To be honest, even though it also helped seeing other people going through same or similar situation, and like once something like that happens, it had never happened to me before. I always am super careful about things, almost like paranoid careful. But I got up early the day at 4 a.m. rushing to the airport, having 2 different flights to get there. It happened on first day of me being there, and I was exhausted, sleep deprived, and I know I should have been, more careful. My wallet was in my backpack, which was on my back because I had my laptop back in front, so I didn't feel like carrying my backpack in front, but that's what happened. Then around 5 to 10 minutes while I was walking from this park where I had checked just before standing up from a bench that I had my wallet inside, I walked towards the bridge, and it was 5 to 10 minutes of a gap when I really felt that people were further away from me, but I guess I didn't feel and didn't hear anyone coming close to me from my back. And so basically I left that park, crossed this bridge, and it was literally like 10 minutes before I got up from that bench knowing that I have my wallet, till the point where I crossed the bridge, and I realized that my backpack was open, like loose open. That feel just, you just know it's open, and I was in a complete shock. I found it hard to believe that it happened to me, because I'm always super careful. I wasn't careful just for 5 to 10 minutes, and it was enough for them. And unfortunately, I had my ID card, which is, a golden rule not to keep it in your wallet, but that one got stolen. That's why I went to police station to report it, so that they flag it in their system. Hopefully, years and years later, then if I go back to Geneva, they don't arrest me for being, in debt to Swiss bank, like for 1,000,000 Swiss francs or anything like that. I really do hope they stole my wallet to just, get money out of it, cash that I had, and got rid of it. I hope they didn't use my ID card for anything. But yeah, it's really unfortunate and really unpleasant thing to do. You really lose your, money, yes, cards, yes, whatsoever. But those things can be, replaced. You can earn money, but you also lose a part of your dignity. Dignity is hard to get back. Yes, I got back some of it when I was at the police station, seeing other people going through that. It takes time to realize, yes, it's not my fault. Yes, I should have been more careful, but it's just shitty people that were around the same area that did it for me. It's not on me, But this one I am still processing. I really hoped that the trip to Geneva would take my mind off of losing my cat. But I really did not expect it to do it in such a way, such a terrible way. But yes, I kind of got lucky that I had my debit card that wasn't in my wallet, so I was able to get some of the cash out of ATM and lock some of the money and the card in the safe in the hotel room as soon as I checked in. And yeah, I kept all of my stuff as safe as I could at that point for the rest of the trip. But it's something you will never forget, and it's always on your mind, on the back of your mind, that your ID got stolen. So yeah, that's what's been going on in my life. It was really hard to go through some of the things, some health issues, some losing cat, losing stuff, getting pickpocketed, and things like that. But actually good things also happened. I went to Greece for vacation in June. Yeah, I had some nice time there by the sea, resting in the hotel, eating, nice food. And, being in the middle of nowhere, resting from everything and everyone, stitching the frog design, meeting this other lady from Lithuania. We chit-chatted, spent some time together. It was really nice. Plus, I got checked out by my gynecologist in June, and turns out the polyp, I actually hadn't mentioned it to you, but I used to have a uterine polyp. I had a hysteroscopy, I think, at the end of 2022, but it was growing back. And this time when I checked, she confirmed that it either has regressed or something happened, but basically it's not there anymore. So it's a really nice news that, it's not there anymore, and I potentially can avoid another mini surgical procedure in the future. So that's really nice to know. And yeah, I've been through a lot of ups and downs this month. Going back to acquisitions though, there's only like two more things that I'm gonna show. This video is gonna be long and I am not waiting for editing it. but I guess you will have some time to, you know, cross stitch or crochet or whatever handcrafts you do to, you know, to enjoy them, having my video in the background. Hopefully you're not sitting and just watching my video. So let's move on. As I have mentioned already, this year I started getting some Italian cross-stitch magazines that are just in the grocery store that I usually go to, that is nearby where I live. So I got 3 issues so far, and I have stitched one of the smaller designs. Well, I took a part of a bigger design to stitch it as a small. From this one, it's actually not on the cover, or maybe it is, who knows. We'll see later, I guess, in the next video, or whichever video it's gonna be. But it really has some nice, lovely designs, different ones. And unfortunately, the way it works, it basically contains all the charts without any previews, only just on the covers. So I cannot flip them through without exposing the charts themselves. But I'm really hoping I will get to the designs and working on them from these magazines in the future. So stay in touch, watch my videos, maybe, you know, you will get to see them as I work on them that way. But yeah, really nice magazines, really nice charts, and I have stitched, as I said, one of them, like a part of the bigger design already, and I really like the quality of the design. It has quite an old school type of backstitching, if design has it. It's like really squared, if you can see from this cover. It's really, you know, like square looking type of backstitching, but I think it really does make it look nice also. But you can, you know, always modify backstitching if you don't feel like having that square effect and having more like nice looking lines. But yes, there are quite some designs that I like, that I really want to stitch. Different animals, cats, dogs, flower motifs, llamas or alpacas, don't remember even. Some, where was it? Some wedding samplers. I might take some that are more neutral and can be like there's a nice couple standing. She's in a white dress, but I think I might do some conversion. Some perfume bottles. There's another one that really looks nice. Some food, cakes, pies, just a lot of things, handcrafting stuff. So they are really just for inspiration even, or taking, you know, a smaller part from a bigger design, incorporating it into something. I didn't find anything, or didn't decide to use anything for the bookmark, but definitely you can work it out and even put like an Easter egg into something that you have in your stash just to make it work. So I really recommend looking at these if you can get your hands on them. Check them, flip through them if you have them in your stores, because they are really worth it. And that's one of the leftovers from one of the designs that I have stitched. I really like this. I think it's plywood type of wooden organizer, and I use simple stickers to write on DMC numbers. Usually I put the symbol from the chart. Somehow I was rushing and I didn't do it this time, but yes, I'm gonna put some of these colors away to my main stash of floss, and I'm gonna organize the Art Nouveau floss for that rounded ocean design. Just prep it for that start. And one more acquisition is a bunch of brooches that are also like a pendants. I don't know, they why they made such hybrids. You can either hang it, I guess. I ordered some 40 count fabric so that I can find some flower designs, some small motifs to, you know, stitch and place it on the brooches. So I'm gonna try to improvise with these. Something really nice to have, you know, and different. So yeah, I think that's roughly everything I can show you in this video. I think I'm gonna still try to film a short video for whenever we are in the future, like in September. So yeah, that is it. If you like anything and if you need more information about anything I have showed you, please free to contact me. You can leave a comment under this video or contact me on Instagram. Yeah, I will be more than happy to hear anything from you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I know this video is unusually long, but hopefully you liked it. And as always, don't forget, you are only crazy till you make it. Bye.